They are ready for us to talk about it and be about it. Our second show tonight, folks. Leo season. That's one of the brands coming out of J Works Entertainment and PD Code Clothing Apparel Umbrella. Make sure you folks go out and get it. Shopify.com, PD Code Clothing Apparel, PDCodeClothingApparel.com. That's the website. Folks, please go out and get it. Please go out and bless. We got socks, t-shirt, hats, sweatsuits, crew neck, hoodies, leggings, pillows, socks, dad hats, baseball caps, scullies, you name it. PD Code Clothing Apparel, we here for you. And jewelry as well. Check us out. PDCodeClothingApparel.com. That's the website. And Shopify.com. PD Code Clothing Apparel. Let's go, folks. Or email me, pdcode812gmail.com. pdcode812.com. Let's go. Hey, all right. Topic tonight, folks, is none other than the lady herself. The lady, the big honcho, the attorneys of them all. The greatest one. She's going down in history, folks. She don't need no further ado. Let's talk about Letitia James, the 67th Attorney General of New York State. Black sister, my queen. Did she get it right this time? Did she seek what she was looking for? What started telling you Letitia James has been on the case? She took down the governor. Yes, she's not biased at all. She took down a Democratic governor, which is the head of her party. She's a Democratic person. And the governor of New York State, she took down him. She said a lot of things he was doing was unlawful. A lot of things he was saying was not right. A lot of things people was accusing on him was not right. She found him guilty in a lot of different ways. And she did a probe on him. As well as she's been doing this Donald Trump thing for the last 6 to 7 years, allegedly. Maybe 10 years going back. On fraud company situations, fraud in banks, ultrasizing his company, saying his company worth more than it's not, allegedly. A lot of things. This woman was on Donald Trump's back, and she got a final decision. So let's talk about it. Letitia James, she was elected in 2018, becoming the first woman of color statewide office in New York and first woman to be elected to Attorney General. Letitia James, go on, sister. I want to say something else. And as well, Letitia James also, she has secured more than $7.5 billion from New York for those who's broken the law and has tried to use organized crime as a stable business. She has broken it open. Who has took advantage of New York State laws and people, New Yorkers. This woman is on a roll, family. She is not playing. And as well, she has taken almost 4,000, I repeat, 4,000 ghost guns off the streets of New York, and as well New York State. She has came up in my state, my city, which is Syracuse, New York, and on several different cases, RICO cases. And she's looking at these criminals in the eye, looking at people who's gonna get caught up, who's been accused allegedly of peddling drugs, guns, you name it. And she has told them, not in my state. She came up there on several occasions. The woman is not playing by her position of Attorney General. And is known as her office. Her office is so huge. That office is not playing. They don't sue big banks. They don't went after drug dealers. They don't went after big businesses. And Donald Trump is one of the guys. Donald J. Trump is one of the guys she has sought after since she's been in that position. And she has really excelled in this position, folks. $2.5 billion as of manufacturers playing a role of opportunists as using things in leadership places that they shouldn't be. She has really, really excelled in getting criminals activities. I repeat, criminal activities in New York State alone. Folks, my opinion, before I move on, and it's all public record, look it up. Look at her track record. Letitia James is unbelievable. And at one point, I know she had put her name in for the governorcy of New York State, and she pulled out because she said she wanted to see after this case of Donald Trump. Now, could that be for political reasons? Who knows? I might know allegedly. A lot of folks said that was about, but she, to me, my personal opinion, if she pulled out, it ain't nothing political about that. She started something, and if I start something, I want to finish it. And she started after it, and she finished it. Kudos to you. Kudos to her and that office over there. Now, get back to her. She has definitely put the limb out there. She spoke in the last several days. She spoke on winning $366 million from Donald Trump, as well as laying down the penalties that the judge has set forth for Donald Trump and his business partners and associates. 3 years. 3 years they cannot run a business or seek to run a trust in New York State, in New York City for 3 years. And some has been banned for running a trust or running a business or being any liaison for any business of any sort in New York. She has put the land and the law down. Yes, she has. And the numbers, Donald Trump lawyers don't want to work unless they get paid. They get paid first. Let me tell you the numbers. It went from 5 million, 83 million to 50 million to 1.4 million to now up to $355 million. And money that Donald Trump has to pay back, lawyers' fees, and also for fraudulent activities in the civil case. This man has to pay almost $600 million. And every day is a penalty. Every day is interest on what he has to pay. Letitia James, you did that. I'm telling you, you sure have a bullseye on your back. Because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in anybody's lifetime. And just earlier, I seen Donald Trump's ex-lawyer saying Donald Trump don't have that type of money. He don't have that. He don't have that at his expense. He probably got it in assets. He got to sell a lot of things off. They said in the recent lawsuits, he had got the power pack from the Republican Party to pay it off, the donations. But $500 million is a lot of money. A lot of money, Mr. Trump. A lot of money. Yeah. So allegedly in New York State, after truckers heard that result from the judge and Letitia James, a lot of truckers are boycotting, are coming through New York and delivering certain things New Yorkers need because of the ruling of Donald Trump. Ain't that something? A lot of truckers delivering food, goods, clothing, you name it, that people, essentials that people need. They say they are not coming through New York. They better pay. And they said they do, it's going to be a hefty price to pay. That is something else. But again, and let me talk to my young sisters. Letitia James became a model citizen, a model attorney, district attorney, as well as state attorney general, model for a lot of you Black and brown young sisters in America who wants to be a leader, who wants to be well-spoken, who wants to lead for something, who wants to talk about things that needs to get done and getting things done, fighting crime at its finest, at its highest, at the peak of the law, at the land of the law. Here goes your role model, or here goes a figure that you can set out for, that you can say, hey, she did it, I did it. I watched this woman on the podium in the last several months. I watched her outside the courthouse in Manhattan, looking very fierce and saying, listen, I'm not the one going to play games with him. He's guilty, he's guilty, he's guilty. He's misleading, he's misleading, he's misleading. Allegedly, he's a liar. She said this. And she said, facts don't lie. No matter what happened, folks, this woman went and got the job she thought was right for the American people, the people of New York State, and for the American people, for this guy that allegedly has fraud in a lot of people, a lot of banks. So kudos, young sisters and brothers. You have Letitia James as a role model woman, young sisters. I know it's WNBA out there. I know it's other leaders. But I'm asking you just to take a look. Go Google her. Google where she's from, what school she's been to, how she did it, and how her work ethic is. And you know what? Personally, she's very approachable. Friends and one of my colleagues, several of my colleagues has met her. I missed the day she was up here. I was up doing other business. She's a great person to talk to. She's like one of your aunts that you never met, but will talk to you, will give you advice. She will tell you don't respect your mother, respect your elders. She's that type of auntie. Again, role models are role models. Leaders are leaders. Mothers are mothers and grandmothers are grandmothers. She's all of the above, folks. She's a woman at power, and we need women at power at all times in this country, in this world, to lead or to help lead, to understand what needs to be done when it comes down to criminal justice department in America, as well as New York City and New York State. Letitia James, this buds for you. God bless you, folks. Again, powerful news coming out of Manhattan. You know, allegedly, Donald Trump says, hey, I'm not going to stand for this. I'm definitely appealing. It's a witch hunt. Donald Trump allegedly saying the banks got their money back. Folks done testified that he didn't fraud nowhere. His companies were what they said it was worth. Everybody got paid every cent. So let's play devil's advocate, folks. Say if Donald Trump did pay the money back. Is he in fault or is he any wrong for that? Where are we going at it right now? Where are we at right now as far as if these folks testified and got all their money back and they saying Donald Trump's the right man to deal with, were these charges politically driven or it's the truth? He did do it and he paid it back when he wanted to. And it was fraudulent all the way. You know, there's a lot on that. There's a lot of stake on that. And these folks in New York are not playing with him. The state attorney general office, Letitia James, in that office, is not playing with Donald J. Trump, folks. And there you have it. I mean, it's been ostracized around the country lately since the insurrection, January 6th. They've been on Trump's heels. And he's been in court 2 days. He's been in a campaign for 3 days. Mar-a-Lago for a day or two. In court for 2 days. Campaigning for 3 days. This man, who's in his late 70s, Don't quote me on that, folks. He might be older. He has been really fighting the fight. Now, if you're a Donald Trumpy and you feel like Donald Trump going to make America good again, he has shown you action. He has been steadfast. I hear you, my baby. A good friend of mine, childhood friend, said they can't fuck with Trump. Excuse my language. Hey, he's showing and proving, man. You know, these DAs up here in New York State, they ain't gonna play with you. Allegedly, if it's railroading them or not. I love you too, brother. You know I love you, Andy. Man, my guy, literally my guy. I can't even fathom that, man. A different conversation, man. We're gonna talk about it. Actually, my next show in 15 minutes, we're gonna get a friendship conversation going. Please tune in, Andy. Definitely tune in on the next show in 15 minutes. 9:15. We will be back. God bless America. Please tune in, you guys, on the next show. It's called Friendship. What would you do without a friend? That's the next show, and that's the topic. God bless America.